What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, excuse me, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now 227 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the year, only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, the possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 85% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be down in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this. Who from NXT would you guys like to see get called up to Monday Night Raw when they move to Netflix in a couple months? Let me know down in the comments below. And for this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, we are going to be talking about the Netflix premiere of Monday Night Raw and what we can expect from, to see out of it. Now, obviously, I'm pretty sure that I talked about this in a past video. I don't know if I did or not, but if I didn't, now is going to be the perfect opportunity for us to talk about that. Now, obviously we know that the very first Monday of the new year, Raw will be moving to Netflix, and apparently, get this, apparently both Raw and SmackDown will be moving to 3 hours for quite some time. In fact, rumor has it that SmackDown will be moving to 3 hours. I think up until through March, I believe, from what I've been hearing. And as far as Raw goes, it's gonna be moving back to 3 hours permanently. So I think it's pretty crazy that WWE decided to do Raw 2 hours, but at the same time, you gotta try and produce extra content for the next week. So I guess it makes sense, but there's a lot that we can expect to see take place on Raw. For one, given the fact that it will be on Netflix, I'm assuming that we might end up seeing Monday Night Raw become have a TV rating of TV 14, meaning that we might end up seeing a little bit extra from WWE, kind of like what they did during during both the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. So that's definitely something that we'll be expecting at some point, and potentially on potentially on Raw during the move to Netflix. There are some things that we do know will happen. We know that Travis Scott will be showing up to Raw. We know that CM Punk is going to be on Raw. We know that The Rock supposedly is going to be on Raw. John Cena is going to be there. Roman Reigns is going to be there. The WWE Champion Cody Rhodes will be there. There's a lot of people that will be showing up to Raw during its premiere, and there's also been a lot of rumors going around as of late that supposedly Roman Reigns is going to be showing up to both Raw and SmackDown a lot more often, more so on Raw rather than SmackDown. I think mostly just because of the fact that for the last like 6 years or so, Roman had become a staple to SmackDown, especially when he became Universal Champion, which now, let's just be real, the Universal Championship is dead at this point. So it's like, why is WWE still promoting the title as undisputed WWE Championship? It should just strictly be WWE Championship. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. At least in my opinion anyway. And it's weird too. Speaking of Travis Scott, we found out as well. What was like over the weekend that Triple H showed up and handed him the WWE Hardcore Championship. Here we are. In fact, if I remember correctly, let's see. Travis Scott. Here we are. So, okay, here we are. So, if my memory serves right, I don't think I can find the design. Yeah, I don't think so. But basically it's so I can't really find it. So as far as the design goes, basically what it is it's the undisputed the undisputed championship completely like destroyed, kind of like what they did with the original Hardcore Championship basically. So I can't, it's kind of like hard to like describe it, but that's basically that's basically it. It's literally it's basically the undisputed championship completely like demolished, if you will. So similar to what they did with the Winged Eagle WWE Championship, just completely like destroyed it and shit. That's basically that. So we know that Travis Scott's gonna be there, potentially performing the official brand new Raw theme song, which will be pretty cool. There has been a lot of chatter, especially since that night during Travis Scott's concert. There's been a lot of rumors that potentially Travis Scott will be announcing that the Hardcore Championship will be making its comeback for the first time in 20 years. And if my memory serves correct, if my memory serves correct, and I don't know if this is gonna actually happen, but there's been a lot of chatter that supposedly it's gonna be a part of all three brands, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. But there's also been a lot of people saying that it could just be a staple to Raw and the PLEs, Why? I'm not entirely sure, but that's something to definitely think about. And also too, NXT call-ups. I mentioned earlier for you guys to answer the question of the day, which was who you believe would get called up to Raw during the move to Netflix, and there's been a lot of chatter that that person is going to be Trick Williams. So it's going to be interesting to see if it will be the current NXT champion. But there's also been some chatter that we could see Ridge Holland get called up back over to the main roster. Who knows? I mean, it's possible, but we will have to wait and see. But we do know that suppose that we are going to be expecting to see at least one or two championships get defended on Raw. One of them could potentially be the women's tag team titles, which as of right now, it is currently being held by Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Jade of which, obviously, if you guys missed out on yesterday's video, I talked about Jade Cargill's recent injury updates and whatnot. It ain't looking too good. And interestingly enough, someone commented on that video yesterday. Big shout outs by the way to at Clayton Brown -S6G. Shout outs to him. He asked if I think it's a work. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think it is a work, but considering the fact that there's someone out there who hates Jade Cargill, I mean, it's possible that it could be, someone did it on purpose. But then again, it could be a work as a way for Jade Cargill to potentially turn heel, but I don't think it's a work. I think it's just bad. I think, in my opinion, the injuries that she sustained, I don't think it's a work. So I think someone out there, potentially from within SmackDown, might have done it to Jade. There has been a lot of chatter where it's like all eyes are on Naomi. Some believe that it was Bayley who did it. Others even believe that it was Bianca Belair who did it, but no one really knows unless if someone shows the footage of, shows the security cameras of who did it. Who knows? Honestly, I honestly don't think it is a work. I think it's just I think it's more of the adage of wrong place, wrong time for Jade, but who knows? But with that being said, potentially the women's tag titles could be defended. We know that Eric and Ivar, we know that the War Raiders are expecting their opportunity at Finn Balor and JD McDonough for the World Tag Team title, so it could happen between now and that night. So it might end up happening on Saturday night's main event. It could happen pretty much just about any time at this point. But I can't. But also too, you look at championship matches, we could end up seeing the World Heavyweight title get defended, where Gunther loses the title. It's possible. It is very, very much possible. And in my opinion, if there's one person who I would love to see dethrone Gunther and take the world title off of him, as crazy as it sounds, I think it's Seth freaking Rollins. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like if he wins the title, he could then go to WrestleMania, defend the title, and actually retain it. Because every single time he was in a championship match, he was always the challenger. but this past year's WrestleMania in Philly, that was the first time that he walked in as the champion. The very first time in his career, and he even also main evented night 1 of WrestleMania. So that right there is just history on its own. And I can honestly say that we are going to be in the cusp of history made on Raw when it moves to Netflix. We could even also see John Cena compete in his first match of his retirement tour, if you will. So honestly, I think that'd be pretty cool. There's been a lot of chatter as well that a lot of legends and Hall of Famers are gonna show up, including guys like Kane, Mark Henry, guys like potentially Diamond Dallas Page. Maybe we might even see The Undertaker show up, which would be pretty cool. At this point, it's hard to say, but I think looking at it on the surface, this could end up being one of the biggest episodes of Monday Night Raw of all time, like hands down. However, Triple H actually commented on the idea of Netflix buffering during the live feed, and he basically said, if it happens, I'll be okay with it. So I don't know. I think that's something that Netflix needs to work on before Raw actually does move over to Netflix. Because if you guys remember last week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, I talked about how the move to Netflix could cause a lot of problems, and obviously again buffering issues could happen. A lot of people could end up not even watching Monday Night Raw as well. So it is possible, but we're gonna be in for a hell of a time with Monday Night Raw, and I'm actually very curious. I am like so curious about it, and it's gonna be interesting. But I think like everything that I just said, we can just about expect it. Travis Scott showing up, Trick Williams potentially getting called up. So it's possible that he could lose the NXT title at Deadline to Ridge Holland. It's possible, but I really don't see that happening. I think the way I see it, creatively speaking, I feel like Trick should hang on to the title until Stand and Deliver next year when it goes to Vegas. That's just how I see it anyway. But I think it's gonna be interesting. Not really sure what else to expect. Maybe we might even see Tiffany Stratton finally cash in Money in the Bank. Who knows? But she could also cash in this Saturday inside War Games, which is highly possible. But with that being said, that will do it for this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.